Hey guys, what's going on? Paul here. Welcome back to another Cardano video and an overview video at that. Got back last week from a bit of time away with the family. It was great to get some time away, and anyone following on Twitter will see that I was still checking in, putting out the odd tweet, but didn't get anything out here on YouTube. This one will do a quick update on what's going on with Cardano, the latest on the Vasil hard fork. Few different questions that are out there. I'll try and make this one fairly quick, but I'm getting back into the swing of things with videos this week as well. Touch on the overall market at the end just to give my 2 cents on it as well. If you think others can benefit, please do share it out. Leave a comment with questions, anything like that down below. Give the video a like. I do appreciate it. Let's jump into it. Okay, and just before we jump into it as well, if you have messaged me over the last 2 weeks or so and haven't got a reply yet, please do just drop another email on there. I have got through, I would say most of, if not all of the backlog, but I might have missed some messages in there. So if you didn't get a reply, just send me another one on email or DM or whatever way you contacted in the beginning. So starting out here with the weekly development update, this is over on Essential Cardano. So we get a development update every Friday. This is the one from last Friday. I'll start covering these in my weekly videos as well. So for anyone that missed it, the testnet did hard fork over to Vasil. So the new Vasil functionality is now live on the Cardano testnet. And the plan is still to go to mainnet towards the end of this month. Haven't got a confirmed date on that yet. From looking at some of the feedback from developers and stuff like that, everything seems to be going fairly well. They have to upgrade some of their old contracts to be able to use the new Vasil functionality, but when they do, the size of transactions is a lot smaller as well, which is something that will be really big going forward. And just what I mentioned there about the contracts being changed or anything like that, there's a few different things going around. We see Sebastian clarified a few things here as well, but I've seen a few people mention this, that the version 1 smart contracts for Cardano will stop working when we get the Vasil upgrade. That's not the case. The version 1 smart contracts will still work in the exact same way that they have been working up to now. So any DApps using them, contracts will still 100% work. They just won't be able to use some of the new functionality that's coming in with the Vasil hard fork, with some of the SIPs that are being brought in there. They will need to make changes to the current smart contracts and upgrade them as well. But that can be done over time. So when the changeover happens, the old contracts will still work, and I would expect most DApps out there to upgrade over time as well. Each individual DApp will probably put out updates on when they plan to do this or what of the changes they want to bring in as well. So I'll leave a link to Sebastian's message here as well. He put out a thread on this and talks about calling native scripts and stuff like that. So anyone who wants more technical info can check that out there as well. So on the other updates here, Lace version 1.0 demo is out. So I think I've shared that out already, but once there is an actual version of this out and live, I will record a video on that as well, doing a demo of how the wallet works. Anyone who hasn't heard of it, this is the new lightweight wallet coming out by IOG. Looks to be really good, bringing in a lot of different features. So looking forward to seeing that one go live as well. So new test framework for Octus contracts. The upcoming Hydra node will be compatible with Vasil functionality. Project Catalyst Fund 9 proposals are now in review. And actually anyone who has a proposal, do I have it here? I started a thread over on Twitter for anyone who wants to share proposals that they have. I'm going to get through as many as I can, but I will reference this as well. For people who are interested in looking at different proposals that are out there on Catalyst, voting won't start until, I think it's the middle of August. The snapshot is sometime around the beginning of August. So I'll talk about this again, but anyone interested in digging in, there is over 1,000 proposals in for Fund 9. So a lot to get through. So if you want to try and get a bit of airtime for them, please do share it here and I'll get through as many as I can. That's kind of the main key highlights for the week. Stats up to date, there's now 90 projects launched on Cardano, over 1,000 building. Native tokens up to 5.4 million, NFT projects nearly 6,000, Pluto scripts just under 3,000, and GitHub commits this week just over 3,000. So things are still moving along fairly quickly. If we look here, this article came out as well just about a week ago now. So anyone who's interested in what Vasil is going to bring, we have talked about it here on the channel quite a bit, but anyone who wants to get a deeper dive into it, I will put a link to this one down below. It goes into pipeline diffusion, Talks about the 3 SIPs, which is what I have talked about a lot here, and the ones that I'm most excited to see go live as well. So I'll leave a link to that one down below. Actually, on the nodes as well, I've got questions on whether I've updated my own stake pools to the new node version for Vasil. I haven't updated it just yet. When the testnet forked to Vasil, it forked on 1.35. There's a few things found there by SPOs then. So they have been implemented, the fixes have been implemented, and there is a 1.35.1 out there now. So they say for testnet to please update that as quick as possible. I would expect most people on the testnet have this done by now. Before mainnet, there might be another version coming out before the mainnet hard fork. So I'm just waiting to see over the next week if something else comes out on that. But you can be sure that before the actual hard fork, I will have the pools fully up and running and ready for Vasil as well. And what else did I want to go through? So World Mobile had an AMA with Charles and Mickey. So I'll leave a link to that below for anyone who wants to check that out. I will be talking to someone from the team this week, I think, to try and set up an interview over the next week or two. So as soon as I get confirmation on dates, I will let you know, and I will be looking for questions that you want answered by the teams. There are still a few of the Earth nodes there for up in the auction. I think they're still in around that 30,000 WMT to buy the position or buy the Earth node. Again, we'll cover that when I talk to the team. So then looking at the market, so lots of questions on this, lots of people saying the market has bottomed, others saying we have way further to fall. And what I would say is that whatever narrative you believe out there, you'll find some indicator to back it up. So there are some indicators out there that have historically called the bottom for Bitcoin. And some of them are now starting to show that we are at a bottom or very close to one. There's other ones then that are saying we have further to fall. So depending on the narrative people want to put out there, they will find something to back it up. For me personally, I think that I'm not convinced we've hit a bottom just yet. Actually, this is the Euro USD chart. Fairly interesting as well, but I'll continue on BTC and we'll come back to that one. So look, we're in around the all-time high of the last bull run right now with Bitcoin. So it would be a good place to find a bottom and move to the upside. But right now there's so much going on with the macro environment, looming recession, inflation rates, everything like that. Bitcoin could easily go down, another, that 12K region is definitely possible. And until we start breaking up to areas like this, 28, 30,000, getting above this, then I wouldn't rule out something down around the low $11,000, $12,000, $13,000 Bitcoin range. Obviously, I wouldn't like to see it there, but it's very possible right now. So when you are looking to get into the market, don't FOMO in just because someone said that we've bottomed and we're going up from here. Take your time. I think there's still lots of time. Obviously, that's my own opinion, not financial advice or anything like that. Even if we get a run up to 23, 24, lower lows for this current run are still very possible when you look at what's going on around the world. On the other side of that, for me personally anyway, I believe that the likes of Bitcoin, ADA are going to hit new all-time highs. Not over the next while, but they will in time hit new all-time highs. So if you are of the same belief and you want to factor in that you think Bitcoin's going to hit over 70,000, ADA is going to hit over $3 at some point in the future, then whether you get in right now or get in at lower prices, will that matter in the long run? But always DCA is the strategy I always look to do. Never go all in at one price. Just in case things do fall down, you are able to average down your entry. So some of the other factors that I mentioned there, we look at the dollar index. You can see still just pushing to the upside. This is the overall strength of the dollar. A lot of things flowing back into the dollar right now. We look at the Euro USD. You can see this morning it actually went down and just touched on parity. So that is $1 equals €1. It is just under 20 years since something like this has happened, and we have got a bounce this morning, but I would expect the price to keep dropping down here, and over the next few days or the next few weeks, I would expect the US dollar to be worth more than the euro, because right now the dollar is looking very strong. I'm going to wrap it up there. I wanted to keep this fairly short. Anything you want me to cover over the next few videos or anything like that, do let me know down below. I've got some ideas on different educational content I want to try and get out there as well, considering going back to live streams, bringing on people here to give different perspectives on both the Cardano ecosystem, the overall crypto market, and the overall economy, everything that's going on right now as well, to help us put everything into context. I do appreciate everyone watching. Share it out if you think others can benefit. Give it a like. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks for watching.